track next is going to be heat number 2 for the South Island Super Saloon Championship round here at the Heavy Tracks Central Motor Speedway. So you've seen the B out before. Let's run you through group number C. Starting out with Trevor Elliott. He was a points leader heading into the Mag and Turbo Super Cup last night in the 27C car. So Trevor Elliott's in that group. Richie Taylor in the 58C's also there as well. Paddy North in the 46E. He's down from Blenheim. We've also got the 6C of Kane Lawson and the 88N of Manora out there as well. The story goes again to the pit crew of Lawson's car. The Mag and Turbo sponsored entry. 6C on the side of it. It's coming out on the track in a minute. And I can tell you, when I left the circuit last night, there wasn't much left in front of the motor. All the framework that's stitched in there to hold that front bumper on, or that front clip, had gone. So the team did a great job today to fix that. Kane telling me that it took 2 hours last night to get that car into any sort of shape to be able to push it into the trailer. There was a fair bit of damage on the front and the rear of that car. So again, an incredible effort by the crew. Congratulations to them, as well as Bergs and a few others, to get these cars up and ready to race out in front of you tonight. How are they going to line up for the start of this one? Well, I can tell you it's supposed to be a little bit like this. On pole, position 1 will go to Jackson Lovelady. Outside of him will be the 27C car of Trevor Elliott. Inside second row, Greg Johnson. Outside, Richie Taylor in the 58C car. And on the inside of row number 3 will be the 73C car of Mark Grocott. Inside of him will be Paddy North. Outside of row number 4 comes in the form of 95 T. Owen Dixon. Then outside of him will be the man Kane Lawson in the Mag and Turbo sponsored entry. Then inside of row 5 will go to Terry Soper, 3rd place last night. Outside of him, the 88N car of Manora. And then off the back on his own, inside of the last row will go to 3NZ, Ian Burson. He showed what he could do off the front. Let's see what he can do when he's off the back. We know he loves this track. Just listening to a little bit of chatter from the officials. Just having a chat about something out in the middle. That's nothing to worry about. Just always nice to have a listen to see what they're chit-chatting about. Great to see such a fantastic crowd here tonight. We thank each and every one of you for coming along and making this a fantastic event. And again, when people see the pictures of the Heavy Tracks Central Motor Speedway and they can see all these cars parked on the infield, it is a very special privilege. There's not other many speedway tracks in New Zealand. Dunedin does it a little bit. A couple of others have got a few car parking spots. Nowhere near as many here as we do in Cromwell, enjoying this absolutely fantastic evening. Sun is still shining. The wind is blowing to cool everybody down a little bit. As everybody starts to jostle into position for the start of this one. As the car goes quiet, there's a bit of a rumble as they come past race control. So yellow flag still out at the moment. Nope, yellow comes in. Should be a green flag this time past, just watching the starter's box. In fact, the green goes out through the fence. Pretty good indication that we're going to get a go this time. So it's going to be Elliott who lead them around, sets the pace, gets the green, away he goes. Great start by Elliott, gets a one over on Lovelady as they head down to turn number 1. Richie tries to go round the outside of Lovelady, has to roll out of it through turn number 2. There we go, Greg Johnson. Back to Paddy North as they head down to turn number 3. Everybody through cleanly so far. They'll come across the line this time to tick over lap number 1, and it's Elliott out in front from Lovelady. Then we go back to Richie. Richie Taylor in the 58C car. Paddy North next, then Johnson. Then when it go back, we'll have a bit of a fight down here. It's going to be Kane Lawson. Looks like he's going to get that position from Growcoat. Growcoat doing a great job there at the moment. Everybody's still behaving nicely. Greg Johnson side by side with Taylor as they went through turn number 2. Paddy North managed just to skitter ahead a bit. Paddy North picks up 3rd position. Burson doing it hard at the back with Soper. He's got a couple of hard charges to try to get past, and Owen Dixon as they head down through turns number 1 and 2 at the moment, but it's Elliott starting to extend the lead. Lovelady doesn't very tidy coming out of turn number 2, falls back towards Paddy North in 3rd position. Paddy North looking for a way past, but Elliott at the moment extending the lead out the front. He's got a 2nd in it at the moment. And Paddy North tries to go underneath Lovelady in turn number 2, can't get it off. But then we go back to Richie Taylor in 4th position. He's about 4 or 5 back, although he's not doing a bad job to start carving a bit of that gap up. But at the moment, Elliott doing a great job out the front of the 27C car. Then we go back to Lovelady, who's just holding on a 2nd for Paddy North. But Paddy North down to turn number 3, round the inside, tries to line it up and get the jandle down. It's going to be a bit of a drag race. Lovelady's still got it, although Paddy North slides it in through 1. He's going to have to try to straighten it up a little bit quicker than Lovelady. Doesn't manage to do it down towards 3. Still there on the inside, though. Lovelady starts to pull ahead a little bit. Cleans up that 2nd position. As we go back through the field, we go North, we go Taylor. Then we go back to Grocott. Then Johnson's in there, who's under fire from Burson now. He's made up 4 positions from the back of the field. Lawson then behind him. Then Owen Dixon, Soper, and Manor rounding out the back of the field at the moment. But it's Trevor Elliott's game so far. Lovelady's managed to get rid of North by about 4 or 5 cars. Richie Taylor 2 back in 4th position. And then the cars are really starting to fight from there on back. Burson now's got Lawson following him. They're trying to make up as much as they can. 8 laps down, make that 9. Elliott comfortably out in front, 1.6 seconds. Paddy North struggling a little bit in 3rd, but he's got plenty of room back to Richie for about 8 spots. Then Grocott's another 8 to Burson, but then it starts to get thickening up a bit. Lawson's in there as well, so is Greg Johnson. As now Lovelady has closed the gap slightly, down to 1.5. As they head down to turn number 3, white flag comes out for Trevor Elliott. Faultless effort so far as he collects a white flag, heads down to turn number 1, chucks it in sideways. Lovelady heads a little bit higher into 1, trying to get that grip on the loose, right on the edge of the loose clay, can't do it. Trevor Elliott, fantastic effort so far, brings it through 3 and 4, nice job to pick up the win. Lovelady next, then back to North. Richie Taylor brings it home. Then we go back to Grocott. Then back to Burson. Soper. Lawson falls back 1. Greg Johnson next. Then we go back to Owen Dixon. And Manora follows up in the 88N car. So, great effort. Trevor Elliott picked it from the start. Started in 2. And he got his foot down right at the right time. Beat Lovelady the first corner, and it was game over. And as we go fastest out on the track, there was nothing in it. 2 cars in the 16. One of those was the winner, although not the fastest. Lovelady claimed that on a 16.85. Trevor Elliott couldn't be any closer, as I said, 16.86. Then when you go all the way back down the field, see who we can pick up for 3rd fastest, and it's going to be Burson. Great job to pick up 6th off the back of the field with a 17.11. So that was heat number 2 done and dusted. So huge fire in Paddy North's car as he heads off the track. I'm not sure he knows it's there. The right-hand side of that car in flames. As he comes into the pit lane area, they're going to need to get an extinguisher over there pretty quickly. as the black smoke starts to fire up. The crash crew in here flat out, just hidden in behind the building. Obviously some of the bodywork on that car catching fire. Paddy out pretty quickly. The crash crew on the scene. Once these fiberglass bodies start burning, they burn pretty well. But a great job by the crash crew to get there. Again, another great opportunity to take some of that footage out as that live stream. So obviously whatever was burning was going very small as he was flying around the track. He backed off and that was all it took to get going. Paddy's okay, he's out of the car. Hopefully not too much damage done, only some body work. And that had a few rivets and cable ties in it earlier on today after the accident he had last night. So Super Saloons are just going to have to do another couple of laps while they get this car under control. Then up next will be the next hit out for the 6 shooters.